When the earth starts to settle, God throws a stone at it. And believe me, he's winding up.
Man. Fucking Power World. So, this is really off topic, but I do feel bad. I've been flaking a lot lately on making videos and shit. I haven't been staying consistent, even remotely. But I really gotta blame this week on Power World. Because fuck me, man. That game is so much fun. I just keep losing myself in it. Monday I didn't post a video because I crossed over into rainbow ingots. I went from blue ingots to plastic to rainbow ingots for the first time, rainbow ingots. And I started making the red ingots because the rainbow ingots and the red ingots, they go together, right? So I moved into the next tier of shit. And because I moved into the next tier of shit, I lost track of time again, and it was like 12 o'clock. By the time I thought, oh, I should probably make a video, I look over, I'm like, fuck, it's 12 o'clock. So, yeah, that didn't work. And then Wednesday, didn't make a video, because I decided I was going to do the Terraria dungeon. And man, that was so cool. I really liked the Terraria dungeon. It was very neat. Just as a side note, if I start freaking out and like smacking my own face, no, you're not dreaming. There's a fucking gnat or something in my room, so it's pissing me off. It keeps touching me. I don't like it because it just keeps touching me. I don't care if they buzz around and bump into the TV. It's distracting, but it's funny. But when they just keep touching me over and over again, it pisses me off. It drives me nuts. So, anyways. Yeah, I did the Terraria dungeon. And I figured it would be a pretty decent sized dungeon. It's a collab. It's like the bulk of the collab, other than like the one weapon that you get the Meow Mirror, like 22, which utterly breaks the fucking game. It's so sick and broken in this game, which makes sense. Sick and broken in Terraria. Why would it not be sick and broken in here? It is. It's ridiculous. It carried me from 22 up to like 70. No joke. And I don't bother with my pals. I don't bother to have them ever fight anything because they're too powerful. I brought them over from an old save game, so they're perfectly built for like the first original version of the game that came out. You know what I mean? Like before they really started expanding shit. These were top tit. And I've been pumping shit tons of Power Souls into. They're retardedly powerful. They kill everything in one shot except for a boss. And they can only really do one, maybe 2 shots against the boss. And then I gotta pull them back, otherwise I won't be able to catch them. It's fucking insane. So, I just beat everything up with Meow Mirror. And I'm beating the shit out of level 65s with Meow Mirror. It's a badass little weapon. So, now I've upgraded to the lantern. I use the lantern on everything now. That's another sick ass fucking... Terraria just breaks the game. Anyway, so I did the Terraria mission, and as I was doing the dungeon, I started to notice like all the things that they put in it that are Terraria, the sunflowers, and like you really just go through rooms. It's still a Power World dungeon, but you go through like different layers of Terraria. You start off on the surface, and then you go into a cave, and it's the underground. And like it has the Terraria music. It plays Terraria music. But every time you change a different level, you get the next Terraria song, and it all matches up. Oh, dude, I was having a fucking blast going through that thing. Going through random houses. I'm like, oh, it's just like in Terraria. Hitting traps, going, oh, it's just like in Terraria. I was having so much fun. So yeah, I kind of spent a long time in that dungeon, and it was worth it. It was so much fun. But yeah, it was another one of those things where I'm like, fuck me, it's already 11. So yeah, it's only 9:42 now. So I might. Nah, I'm still gonna do the other one tomorrow because it involves stuff. Anyways. So, you know, that's the fun part of the video, everybody. It's not fun after this. There's this story that I've kind of been partially following. I hired on Brandon Tatum as a producer for the show, and I've been watching him cover this topic for like a couple weeks now. And it has to do with this kid named Nolan Wells. I think he was like 18, so still a kid, but whatever. Legally an adult. Nevertheless, he went to the islands. Man, fucker keeps touching me. He went to the islands and was out with a bunch of, I guess, his high school friends, I would imagine. And they were partying on the island for the 4th. And all the kids left him on the island. He winds up dead. Drowned. Right? This guy was like an athlete. So there's a whole lot of questions. Like, how the fuck did this happen? You know, you just find an 18-year-old dead. What the fuck happened here? Right? So, the police are doing an investigation. As they generally do in the case of dead body in the fucking water, right? So I imagine they pulled him out. They probably did an examination of him of some sort or another, forensics, right? And they're interviewing witnesses and this, that, and the other thing, and they're being very tight-lipped about everything, as they usually are. And it takes time to do all this shit, put it all together, figure it all out. So, how the fuck did this happen? Who saw him last? Where was he? What? Right? And because of the internet, and because of everybody's intense desire to know everything immediately, and if you don't know everything immediately, guess what? We're going to start guessing questions and making statements. I'm just asking statements. I'm just making up questions. What really happened? You got a black kid out with a whole bunch of white kids. Did I mention that he was black? Shouldn't be important. It's a kid that died. It sucks. We got to figure out what happened. But it is a black kid. And he was out with a whole bunch of white kids. So, of course, all the white kids drowned the black kid. That's what we got. We know the information. 18-year-old black kid with a whole bunch of other 18, 19, whatever, fucking white kids. And he winds up drowning. Of course. Of course they held him down. What? Like, you guys always kind of shit on me for following the official narrative, even though the official narrative not only usually winds up being true, but always kind of makes some sense. Like, when you just really think about it and you stop making questions and asking statements, like, if you just kind of think about it objectively and logically, you kind of go, hey, this seems to fucking fit, right? You know, it's not that fucking hard. But as of right now, it is foul play is suspected, but very little proof of that has come forward. However, of course, as in all things, in all times, there's a whole lot of questions to be asked. Why did this white kid have his phone? Why were there things that had been recently deleted off the phone? What the fuck? And I'm kind of like, well, yeah, it's a good question. I hope the investigators are at least as smart as random people on the internet, and they think to ask those questions. And I imagine at some point we'll get the answers to those questions. But we don't really know what happened. At least I haven't heard anything reported. Maybe Brandon Tatum sucks as a fucking producer, but I think he's keeping up on it, you know, pretty steadily. So we don't know what happened. But as always, the vultures have swooped in. And they've got to peck at the corpse and make a whole lot of statements and ask a whole lot of questions. So now we're pushing this idea that, of course, he was killed by these white kids because, you know, we just had Carmelo Anthony go away for 35 years or whatever because he stabbed a white kid. Obviously, I mean, we've got a dead black kid. Obviously, the white people did it because that's the exact opposite of what happened last time. So we need that to be this now. We need it. The Reverend Al Sharpton needs this to be a murder. Because otherwise he's not going to make as much money as he's making right now. And I know, I understand. The man put up $500,000 of his own money or whatever. No, it was like 50 grand. So he put up like 50 grand. And Tyler Perry put up 50 grand. Hey, cool, whatever. Like, for information. And I'm like, oh. Because that sounds great. In the abstract. Right? It sounds great. If you're a child. Right? We'll put up a huge bounty on whoever it was that did this. And we'll have a phone number that people can call. And boy, people are going to call. And they're going to have all sorts of stories to tell. And you know what really sucks? The police are going to have to look at all of those fucking stories. That's why the police don't do that kind of shit until it's the last fucking resort. We're going to ask the chat what they think as a very last resort. You know, like that's kind of a rule that a lot of streamers follow, and those that don't find out why the smart ones do. You don't just randomly ask chat, what do you guys think? Because they're going to tell you, and it's going to be 5 million different things. I was there, I saw it, those white kids did it. I was there, I saw it, nothing happened. I was there, I saw it, he was climbing from a tree and he fell out. Dude, you're going to get every stupid fucking... aliens did it. It was Israel. And the police are going to have to at least half-ass take all of them serious enough to at least listen to what the fuck they have to say. And that just wastes so much time. So they're going to drag it out. So that they can continue to pump the bellows. Great. And you know what? What happens if they wind up finding out, oh, it's true. One of those white kids killed him. Racist hate crime. What's going to happen? They're going to do a trial. And it's going to be an all-white jury. Because all the black people that go up for jury duty, they're all going to say, the white person did it. And they're going to be like, I'd like to reject this one. Because he's already made up his mind. This one, she's already made up her mind too. We can't have that shit. We've got to have it be fucking impartial. So it's going to be all white jury. And they're going to look at the evidence. And if he did it, they're going to send him away. And everybody's going to be pissed off because they didn't give him the chair. They didn't waterboard him to death. It's just not fair. But what happens if he drowned? What happens if he was swimming, got caught in a rip current, drowned? What happens if he was swimming, got lost out there in the ocean, drowned? What happens if he drowned? What happens if it's a really sad thing? It was nighttime, and we were at the beach, and he swam out into the water. I never saw him again. I don't know. Could be any one of a million different ways that an 18-year-old that's an athlete drowns. Hard to say. He could have dove in to hit the rocks. We don't know. I haven't seen an autopsy report yet. I haven't heard them report one yet. You know, again, maybe I'm behind on news. Maybe I'm watching too biased of a source. But I don't know. It's crazy to me. They're already setting it up. They're already setting it up that the white police are going to cover up for the white kids. So if they come back and say there's no foul play here, that's a fake coroner's report. That can't be true. Those motherfuckers killed my kid. And then reality fractures again. And we have a large group of people that think that the white kid did it. We got a large group of people that think that it's sad. We lost another human being to tragic circumstances. But that can't ever be enough. There's always got to be somebody who done it. Can't just be random chance. He was an athlete. There's no way. Sure there is. Happens all the time. I don't know. Me personally, I think it's just sad. No matter what happened, it's just sad. Like, it's... If there was foul play involved, if the white kid did it, I hope he hangs. But we've got to have that be proven out with evidence in a court of law. We cannot devolve into people that just arbitrarily kill whoever they think done it because they did it. I don't like the idea of that. And no, maybe the video doesn't show poor Carmelo being beat up gang style by 15 people that were all 7'8", 550 pounds of pure muscle. Like, maybe one kid just stabbed a kid, maybe another kid just drowned. But no matter what, all the assholes, all the shithead, liar, grifter, racists, jumping on this kid's casket just so they can pull funds out for as long as they can. And then I honestly think most likely, from everything I know of the case so far, we're going to find out kid drowned. It's very sad. And they're going to pump it for another couple months of we didn't get justice, they covered it up, whatever. And then the next big racial incident will happen and everybody will forget Nolan Wells' name. Just like it always happens. When was the last time you talked about Trayvon Martin? So, I think at the end of the day, sometimes people just die, that's true enough. But no matter what, we gotta just stop fucking killing each other. Like, we gotta just stop. Just fucking stop. Why is it so hard?